And I think certainly with our municipal, provincial, federal governments, that all of this stuff, I guess maybe they don't realize how important it is to the public, which is really a shame, because I don't understand how these people continually get elected. Like, like it seems like the right people don't run, because I guess they're busy.
There's a lot of people that don't get elected that find themselves in positions because they're just willing to put their name forward, right?
Yeah,
that's
very true.
They're not the peak of intelligence. They're not really even necessarily have a desire to help people. I think there's just a lot of people that want to have positional authority and be the guy, be the man. They're not in it for the right reasons, and because some of the people that maybe do have good reasons or good intentions are busy actually doing things that matter, making a difference, they don't run. There's a lot of folks that get they're just acclamation, right? They just get in, right? Or the competitions. Sometimes, maybe you've got a guy that's the heart's not in the right place, but then it's the next guy down is even worse, right? Because the government's so bloody corrupt that it's almost like, well, who's the devil you can live with, right?
Yeah, that is very true.
It's like, what's the best shitty compromise I can make here? We see that lots at federal politics, right?
I know
more with municipal politics. There's a lot of acclamation in municipal politics. There's a lot of people that should run that don't have time to run that could probably do a really good job. There's a lot of people that have time to run that do run that don't give two fucks about what they're just there to collect their check at the end of the month.
But doesn't that really seem to be the case? Like, I'd be curious to know, like, what the few that are watching think. To me, that is 100% the case. And I was actually having that discussion with a guy the other day, and I said, like, when it comes to volunteering, there's three types of people. There's the people that want to volunteer enough time to get their name in the newspaper and sit at the chair somewhere. There's a big group of people that are willing to volunteer and do the work, and they actually just don't want to even be noticed. They just
they don't want no credit. They don't want to make
Then there's
decisions.
a whole bunch of people that don't even want to volunteer.
Yeah.
They just they don't want the service anyways. They for whatever the case may be, if we'll use a curling club for example.
Yeah.
Right? They don't want to curl. They don't give a shit if it exists. They want to be left alone.
Got nothing to interest.
Then there's a big handful of people that are willing to put the ice in and keep it clean and go down for if it ever gets rented out and set up the chairs and on and on. And then there's the people that they want to go, they want to make decisions, bother everybody, inconvenience everybody, and then when the newspaper comes to town and says, "Oh, there's an event at the curling club," they want to be in the picture.
They want to get a picture taken and get all the credit, right?
And I think that translates right into politics, right? So because they were saying, well, what would you like to see? And I said, I would love to start to see some like 35, 40-year-old, 45-year-old people run.
Yeah.
And he said, well, why don't you think they do? I said, they all have young families. They're all in the prime of their working life.
Yeah.
And the weird thing about it is you don't know very many politicians really at any level that haven't done very, very well for themselves.
Yeah.
But when you're looking in and you're like, well, whatever, they only make, if they get elected, they're going to make 50, 60,000 a year. That's quite a bit less than I'm making in my blue collar job or whatever. So I can't make that sacrifice.
But they don't. Like the best among them make that 50, 60,000 a year. But the worst amongst them always seem to come out with a very broad portfolio, and their net worth seems to just grow exponentially somehow magically while they're in public office.
It's truly amazing.